welcome to my channel. This is my first video ever, so you can consider me a YouTube noob, and you can also consider me a nail noob as well. I am a New York City based self-taught nail tech that goes by Nailedbysie, and I started my journey around March, April, May, around there, and I came up with this idea. So basically, every time I would search up YouTube videos, you know, to help me get started and learn tips, it's always titles like acrylic nails for beginners or beginner friendly, and it always hit me, how is this beginner friendly when it's being taught by a complete expert? So I thought, maybe I can start my own thing. So this segment, it will be called Learn With Me and Grow With Me. First, I would like to start off by showing you guys the last set that I've done on myself. I just recently did this. This is the last summer set of the season. Something really simple, and again, I am a complete beginner, so I do know there are flaws, and I don't mind sharing those flaws with you guys. So I used a base gel from Acrylic first, then applied a regular nail polish called Neon Orangered by Jay. This is a cheap nail polish that you could probably get anywhere. And then I topped it off with soak off gel polish from Acrylic as well to create that gel polish finish. And I also use a UV LED gel lamp to do so. So let me know what you guys think. This is a short tapered square look. I don't usually do tapered square. I'm a coffin girl. So this is how I started off, with a fox finger, one finger, bought on Amazon for really cheap, maybe for like $1. And yeah, and another disclaimer, this is all cheap, very affordable. In this video you can see how you can use products that beginner nail techs don't use because they are cheaper. So as I said before, we will be working on a fox finger, bought on Amazon. And so what I do is I use nail glue so that it could stay nice and sturdy as I'm doing the nail. But there's also this slot here where you could stick the nail in, so I use both. It's pretty sturdy without the glue. It doesn't reshape the nail. Perfect. So we're gonna go with this. So I'm gonna apply a little bit of glue, and again, this is cheap. This is from Kiss. You can get this anywhere. I'm from New York, so I can walk right there to Rite Aid. And I apply just a little bit, just enough so it can stick. So boom, it's stuck. Let's put that to the side. So now it's up to your client whether they want long, short, medium, really short, extra long. This is the shortest I go. Really, I consider this short. So again, you don't need to use the exact products that you get at your regular nail salon, or the materials that these big nail designers use. You can strategize and use whatever makes you comfortable. For example, I will be cutting the nail down with a regular straight edge nail clipper. It is possible, guys. It is possible. So you know what, I'm just gonna trim, you know, because you know this little thing right there, I'm just gonna cut that off just a little bit, and I'm gonna pretty much keep it the same size. In my opinion, designs and, you know, like things with rhinestones and stuff look better with a longer nail. You can do more with it. So now we're gonna just take a regular nail file. This is a, yes, it's used. If I was working on a client, I would be opening a brand new pack, sanitized, etc. This is a OPI 180 by 400 shaped edge. And what I like to start off by doing is evening out this top part. And in my opinion, it is easier to file up and down on this edge rather to side by side. But whatever works for you, do it. I have a habit of working this way because it is a fork finger, so I can move it around, but it's best to try to practice like this, being that this is how you would be holding the client's hands. Okay, now that edge is done. Now this is the part where you would ask the client what shape. This is already a tapered square look, but I think I would like to go a bit more on the coffin side. Like I said, I am a coffin gal. So you can use the nail clipper, you can even use a nail scissor, and I've even used these before. So I am going to show you how I use the scissors. And I got this idea from Mimi. I'm not sure what her YouTube is, but shout out to her. And you just cut a little bit of the edge. Just a little bit. It looks crazy in the beginning, but it's always like that. So now we're gonna file. You wanna put your nail file the exact angle the nail is, especially now that you already cut it. And you always 1, 2, 3, next one. 1, 2, 3. So you know you're being even at all times. Also guys, I will be showing you how to do this without a nail drill, because again, you do not need all those fancy materials that all these other YouTubers use, that you're like, oh my god, that looks super expensive. How am I supposed to do a quick set when I don't have that expensive old e-drill? Yeah, no. As long as you got a file can do anything, and a drill can do it. Just takes a little bit more effort. It's really hard to keep this finger this way, especially when you know that you can move it around as much as you want. But it is always best to ask your client to move their hand so that you can see their nail from their point of view as well. You keep filing until you create the shape that you or your client wants. And as you can see, I have no technique. I file this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, whatever makes your job easier. So another thing you guys want to make sure of is to not file so much that you end up creating a shape that your client did not want. So for example, I said I was going to create a coffin look, but I filed it down too much that I created more of a ballerina look. The difference between a ballerina look and a coffin look is that the ballerina look is way more narrow, but not so much a stiletto. So from here on, we'll be doing a ballerina look. Now it's time for the acrylic work, and as I said, this is a video that shows you that you do not need expensive material to create a simple acrylic set. So here is the monomer liquid I'll be using and my polymer. Recently, my acrylic brush, I did not take care of it as I should have, and it got all hard and crusty and nasty old acrylic was stuck in it. So I will be showing you how to create this look with a cheap Kiss brush. And it is possible, but as I said, keyword is cheap, so you need to be very, very careful with this because the brush is the most important part of a acrylic look. And this is a disclaimer, liquid monomer is very, very powerful. It destroyed my table. The smell goes around my whole house, so please make sure wherever you are doing this at is very well ventilated with a fan, a purifier, anything. So let's get started. As I said, I am a beginner just like you, so my liquid to powder ratio is not quite perfect yet, but we can learn together, right? So what you would like to start off is dipping your brush into the monomer, and you want to swivel it in there, get it really wet, play with it for a little bit. It's also kind of like cleaning it, in my opinion. I don't have a specific method for this like other nail techs do. I don't have a specific technique. I don't use the 2-bead method, the 3-bead method. I use whatever I need to use to create the look that I and my client would like. But I do start off tip to at least midway and work my way back or forward, however you guys look at it. So let's get started. First bead. Can you see how it kind of bulked up there? What I do is press it down a bit with my brush and even work it down. Again, whatever technique works best for you. It's always best to apply more acrylic in the middle because that is your apex and that is the strongest point of the nail. If you have a strong apex, your nail is less likely to break. The hardest part will indeed be the cuticle part because you do not want to get acrylic on the cuticle. That is the #1 rule about acrylic nails. If you do get acrylic on the cuticle, it will lift within 2 days and you will be considered the worst nail tech ever, period. And trust me, it's even something I still have a problem with. I do this dragging method where I place the bead and drag it. you will be doing the person's nail like this. Now I'm gonna do one big bead and drag it all the way down to try to even it out. The less filing, the better. But I feel like we are done with the acrylic part. We are gonna go ahead and file. Now that the acrylic's set, and I know because when you tap it, you can hear that sound. That's how you know it's hard. Let's get into reshaping. And this is just repeating step 1 because the acrylic does take away from the shaping sometimes. I also want to be a traveling nail tech within New York City. What made me like want to do this is because in New York, the nail salons are very limited. Most of them are very cheap. And most of them don't really know how to do or have the equipment to do things that you want. Like, you know, a lot of these regular Chinese nail salons, you know, don't really know how to do the pink to white ombre, or don't have colored acrylic, or you know, being based on their skill sets, and it's very old school. So I thought, a New York traveling nail tech that can go to you in the comfort of your home, or come to me in the comfort of my home, and create something for you that any ordinary New York nail salon wouldn't be able to do. Always feel, make sure there's no unnecessary bumps there that you don't like. And if you do come across something that you do not like, it's okay to go back and add more acrylic. It's always okay to do that. Foundation is key, I am telling you. So now that that part is done, here comes the best part, the fun part, the part that everyone probably skips to. Again, this is on a false finger, so there are less steps. Hopefully in the future I will have a video on me doing a set on myself, or even maybe a client like my boyfriend. Yeah, no, he would not let me. So since it is still summer, the fall has not come yet, so we will be doing our last summer season finger. And I'm going to one of my go-to colors, yellow. I'll be making this a gel look using regular nail polish because it's simply faster to dry. We don't got time to be waiting in front of the fan having this finger dry. Come on. So we're gonna apply. First we have to apply Macart. I think am I saying that right? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments. Macart Soak Off Gel Base Gel Polish. So we're gonna apply a thin layer of that. I'm very shaky today, so pardon that. And then I'm gonna cure this under the UV gel lamp for maybe about 60 seconds. Okay, we're back with this being cured for 60 seconds. After you cure it, there will be like a sticky layer over. You can take that stickiness off with a simple alcohol pad, but in my opinion, leaving the sticky layer on is better because it allows the regular nail polish to stick better. Also, that is with when you apply chrome powder It's always best to leave that sticky layer on. So now we're just gonna, it seems wet still, but it's not, it's just that sticky layer. So now we're going to take our colored nail polish and just apply a thin layer as well. Oh, it's such a pretty color. And to be honest, this is a forked finger, so I don't really care if I get nail polish on the finger. I'll clean it up at the end just so it can have a better appearance, but I don't really care for that. Okay, with this layer, we're gonna put it back in the gel lamp for about 30 seconds because being that there is a base there, it will cure as a gel polish as well. Just applied the second coat of regular nail polish and it's in the UV light right now curing, and we're just waiting for that to be done, and then we're going to top it off with Makart's Top It Off Soak Off Gel Polish to give it that nice shine. It's weird when I have things in the gel lamp, 30 seconds seems like an eternity. One eternity later. Now that's cured. And it looks like this. We are going to put that Macart Top It Off polish on top. Oh my god, one of the things I need to work on is I leave my nail polishes open. Sometimes I wake up the next day and I'm like, oh my god, my nail polish was open. So just a thin layer of this, because if not, the polish will be very thick. And so just a thin layer, and then back into the gel lamp. So I don't have that like waxy stuff that these big nail techs use and place, and then, you know, I don't use this, but use that. But my technique is pretty, you know, down pat because my rhinestones don't be going nowhere. So what I like to do is I top it off, and before curing it, I do this. So I take a little bit of glue and I put it on, you know, any surface, usually the open alcohol packet. And I used to have that wax pen that you can pick up the rhinestones easily, but that shit went MIA. So I'm using this nail like tweezer thing. Again, use anything you want. You can use a freaking, use your nails. So silver circle rhinestones as well, and I'm going to be using these. So I like to just take a few, and you know, I don't know why they're stuck to me like this. Leave them there, and I'm gonna do a simple look. And again, you gotta be careful because the nail is slightly wet. So I'll take a rhinestone and I'll gently dab it in the glue, and then just place it exactly where you want it to go. So I think I'm gonna do this. I'm just I'm freestyling right now. So I'm gonna take another rhinestone. Oh no. It is pretty tedious to use these tweezers, but again, it gets the job done. I'm gonna place that one at the bottom. And then do something like this. Oh, I'm shaking. Okay, so this is the finished product after the last cure. Fast, simple, easy for the most part. And yeah, that's it. If you like this video, please like, leave any tips in the comments, subscribe, that'll mean a lot. You can follow me on Instagram, Nailedbysie, that's Nailedbysie. My main Instagram is in the bio of that one, but I would appreciate it if you follow Nailedbysie first. Thank you for your support. Thank you for watching. Let me know if you like. I love constructive criticism. Just don't be too rude. And hopefully I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.
And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.